I'm Jacqueline and this is Joey. We've been married for
close to 2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years now, and we have a 1-year-old baby girl. This is a 1,033 square feet, 4-bedroom HDB. This year I think it's going to be 37 years old, so it's pretty old.
Basically, we are very inspired by this design studio that was based in Greece, Nomless Studio. Specifically, we are very inspired by one of their projects called the Antomian House, which is like a hotel based in Greece and Athens, I believe. We like how they designed the place in terms of using color blocking with some Scandinavian elements to create a very timeless yet cozy vibes. So we like that very much, and we tried to replicate that in our current home as well.
Nomless, their style is like a bit coastal, which is why we chose blue, because we didn't want something that we would kind of outgrow, and we didn't really want to touch too much of the house as well. I was very hesitant to commit because it's like, what if you just don't want it anymore? But it's mild enough and it just feels very breezy. So we went with oak as well for like any kind of wood that is in the house.
A more cozy feel.
We just feel that it's better to have something that's functional but also kind of like special. We actually sit on the highway, so we overlook the highway, so it makes for a very nice view. We bought over the recess area outside, and we did this because initially the front door is hidden from view from the lift when you exit. So we just felt that it was a bit weird that, like, you know, when people come over they don't know where you are, or like when you're locking the door you are like standing in a corner and like, you know, somebody sneak up behind you, you don't know. So we bought the outside area and then we extended out to create like a shoe area because the living room doesn't really have that space. What really struck us was the lack of built-in furniture and the fact that they still kept the storeroom. So like these little things to us we felt were what we really treasured as buyers and the things that we wanted to keep for this unit, so that one day when we eventually decide to move on, the new person will come in. Hopefully they like what we've done, and if they don't, it's quite an easy fix to just do.
Add on whatever they want to do. If necessary, if you want to switch things around or get new furnishing and whatnot, we can do so quite easily without having to tear down any built-in furniture. Even though
the whole unit is quite an odd shape, especially the study room, but we didn't really touch a lot of it except for the kitchen. The only built-in that the previous owners had was a floor-to-ceiling shelf where the beam is.
So basically the wooden beams area, right, there was originally a wall. So we hacked down that wall and then we hacked a half wall as well. The kitchen is actually one of our most favorite areas because the whole open concept, we quite liked it. The idea was able to execute the vision we had in mind for the kitchen, right? The whole timeless yet cozy vibe.
We toyed with the idea of like getting a glass door or something. You know, people are worried that like open kitchen like the smell. But to be really honest, like it depends what kind of cooking you do. If you're like us, like you don't do like all the serious like wok hei, all that. It's actually fine, you just like mop the floor after you're done. The smell doesn't really stay. We spent a lot of time in the study room. That's now one of our favourite spots because we have made it as such. Also, I quite enjoy just being out here lah. So at night and stuff, I try not to be at my desk. I think the living room is obviously where everybody comes together.
There's a consistent theme here lah, right? Which is like openness. Yeah. So the wooden beams, the hacking of the half wall, the hacking of the windows. It's really to promote some form of an element of openness, so to speak, in the house.
Our idea actually noticed that a lot of things in the house, a lot of beams were like bent, like because I think the age of the flat and the fact that it's by the highway. So behind here as well, the study room wall, we didn't really change the placement of the wall or anything, but we wanted to let in more light to the study through the living room windows. And then this wall also was like, if you go inside there, you can see that it's leaning. So we actually called HDB to come and look. So anyway, we all considered that the wall is very crooked. So instead of just hacking this window like we originally planned, we had to take down the whole wall and build it back up. So it became a false wall. It's just an extra cost that I guess we didn't really see coming.
This is an old place, so we had to make a lot of patchwork. So that's what actually constituted most of the cost also for the renovation. We thought we had quite a good deal and that we could manage the renovation cost, but then it kind of added up as we discover more and more little annoyances, so to speak, that we needed to fix, and that kind of built up quite significantly.
if you're looking for a house and you're planning your reno, don't be so stressed about the little things. Like, I know nowadays, like, I see a lot of people very fixated on like, oh my god, we must have this tile, you know, we gotta get like this like very trendy sink, the water on the fixture, what needs to be black color, all that. But like, truthfully, once you move in, you live in it, your needs will change. Basically, things change and really try to think about like just things that you can adapt to and make it as blank as possible. I think for us that really helped. Yeah, just not to commit too strongly to like something. You don't need one, don't get one. You can always get one later on. Yeah. And I guess budgets, try to start low because most definitely it will go up. Yeah. So
try to have some buffer for budget, I would say.
Yeah.